Right, last but not least, update. So where are we at? Well, basically at the moment we're frustrated. Training is quite intense and quite consistent. Food is pretty good. Not quite eating as much as I would like, but definitely keeping it tight and clean. I'm currently running diuretics to drop the water that I always carry, and I'm going to have a look and see what my condition really is like. So this is only the end of, well, this is the start of day 2 of running 80 milligrams of fusamide in the morning and 80 milligrams of fusamide in mid-afternoon, excuse me. So we will see how I look when it comes to sort of Wednesday, Thursday. Serious case of the CBAs, can't be arsed today. I don't know if that's down to the diuretics and feeling dehydrated, or it's just one of those things. Got a mountain of work to get through as well, but we will see. Now, otherwise, good. The frustration part is that my strength on pretty much all exercises seems to have plateaued. And now the temptation to jump on a small cycle is getting quite strong. However, I have promised myself that I will not touch anything until I have got 4 weeks of consistently intense training and consistently high food in before I'll even consider taking any more drugs. So that's where we're at with that. Now, on Saturday I went to Bodypower. For those outside of the UK that don't know, Bodypower is a big fitness expo. It's really the only one we've got. You may have heard of FIBO in Germany, which is a European-wide one, or Bodypower is the UK version. Now, I went last year and I was very critical of the show. There'd been a massive influx of chicken leg fuckers, and along with that had come a lot of bad attitude. Now, they were still out in force this year, but the attitudes didn't seem quite as bad, to be fair, and in fact there was just as many bodybuilders walking around with chips on their shoulders, and by far worse than anyone were the females. In fact, on my way home I called at a service station to get some fuel, and it was even commented on by the women behind the counter that they'd had a lot of people coming from Birmingham where the expo is held that day, and why were all these women that were tanned and obviously did a bit in the gym have such bad chips on their shoulders. So when we start giving the general public that sort of impression, guys, we're going to start taking a long hard look at ourselves. Now, if I hate it so much, why did I go? Well, two good friends of mine, Mike and Lisa Gelshi, were putting on a stand called the Evolution of Bodybuilding. This stand was actually donated or run or provided by Bodypower as an attempt to balance the appeal of the show, because there was lots of criticisms the previous year that there wasn't really much in the way of for bodybuilders. Now this stand used the best of British, and there were talks and seminars from various people, including Luke Sandow, Mark Robinson, and JP, Jordan Peters, and also Mike and Leisha were taking people through training sessions, as there was a little gym there, and showing people different training techniques. It was quite good. It needs something more if it's going to be more appealing to the masses. But what it needs more than anything is people's support. You know, we all as bodybuilders moan, or actually bodybuilders is probably the wrong term. Shall we say intense lifters? Okay, because it's not just with strongmen powerlifters. We all bitch about this, that, the other, and myself included. But we don't always do something to change it, which is why when Mike and Leisha asked, I thought, you know what, I can't sit here and moan about things if I'm not willing to get off my arse and try and change things. And I pose that out to everybody else. If you want to change things within the community in which you are a member, then you've got to step up and do something about it. You have to get involved. Now, I have 1,000,001 ideas for the stand for next year. Whether anyone will listen to me, well, why would they at the end of the day? But hopefully I can get a sit down with Mike and Alicia and the powers that be, and we can possibly put some of these things forward, and maybe they may even come into reality. Whatever, I am more than willing, and I've already told Mike to commit myself to working the stand for them next year in order to try and balance the tables a little bit. You know, I didn't actually mind bodypower too much this year. It was busy, which is annoying as always because you can't move. But there used to be a lot of criticism about the food, and now we've got a lot of good companies like Gold Standard Nutrition, Muscle Foods, various others, Muscle Meat, all providing stands, all serving good quality food. So the food is no longer an issue. There are quite a lot of pros there, but they do tend to be a little bit hidden, which I find a bit disappointing. I know in previous years they've had pros walking around a little bit and intermingling, and I think that works a lot better instead of being hidden behind counters. Same with the British guys, you know, not just the pros but top amateurs. I think we need to get out there a little bit more and just be available. There was at one point I bumped into Tiny Irons. For those that don't know who Tiny is a guy from London who has used a large amount of synthol, and he's a wrestler, and he's been on various programs and shows basically using the way he looked to earn his living, and has caught quite a lot of flack, not just from me but from the training community in general. Now, I haven't changed my opinion on Tiny's claims that he's got the biggest arms or that it's all built by hard work, etc., etc. But having met him, I can say that he is actually under no illusion as to who or what he is. And for him, it's just a persona that he uses to earn a living. So, you know, fair enough. That's your thing. I would rather you were honest about the way you are, Tiny, but can't knock a guy for making the best of the situation he's got. Anyway, our meeting developed into an impromptu pose down, which was rapidly crashed by Big T, Mr. Trevor Crouch, who was he still is technically an IFBB pro, and it was quite a laugh, to be fair. And that's it, really. Not much else to tell you. You know, the other thing is, I don't understand this. Where the stand was I was on, next to it was the stand for bodybuilding.com. There was a queue of 400-500 people from the moment that place opened to the moment it closed. Now, I was quite curious as to why they were queuing. I thought, is Phil Heath on there, or is it something like that? No, they were queuing for a free fucking t-shirt. You are that sad and that tight that you will stand in a queue for 2-3 hours to get a crappy free t-shirt. Jesus Christ, give yourselves a shake, eh? Come on. Fucking buy one. Better use of your time. Anyway, that's it from me, so I'll catch up with you guys later.